Hello everyone, my name is Brayden, this is Airless Cool 9, and in today's video, we are going to talk about the Chuul. These are chitinous servants of primeval powers. They're typically found in coastal, swamp, and underdark habitats, and funnily enough, they like to hoard relics as their particular treasures. And this is probably because Chuuls originated in Forgotten Ages when aboleths and stranger beings ruled alien empires beneath the waves. You see, aboleths transformed numerous deep-sea predators into servants that could venture beyond the seas to claim more magic and creatures to exploit. Chuuls are the most enduring of these bizarre servants. Many Chuuls serve aboleth overlords, carrying out their whims amid lightless seas and primeval swamps. Other Chuuls obey new aberrant masters such as beholders, grills, or mind flayers. Some Chuuls follow their own drives, however, endlessly collecting ancient magic treasures or interpreting age-old orders to bizarre ends. Regardless of their agendas, Chuuls snare creatures in their massive pincers before rending foes helpless with their paralytic tentacles. Chuuls don't age and can lie dormant in hidden places for millennia before threats, ancient orders, or strange compulsions awaken them. And so you see the Chuuls are this very old, very ancient race of beings that have been created by the Aboleth Empire and Aboleths in general. And so they are kind of like their shock troopers in a way. And so in today's video, we're going to talk about their stat block and the changes that have been made to the stat block since its 2014 incarnation. So the Chuul is a large aberration, chaotic evil in alignment. They have an armor class of 16, an initiative of +0, they have 76 hit points, a speed of 30 feet, and a swim speed of 30 feet. For their ability scores, they have a strength of 19, a dexterity of 10, a constitution of 16, an intelligence of 5, a wisdom of 11, and a charisma of 5. For their skills, they have a perception of +4. They are immune to poison damage as well as the poison condition. For their senses, they have dark vision of 60 feet, passive perception of 14, and for their languages, they understand deep speech, but they can't speak. The Chuul is a challenge rating 4 creature, meaning it has 1100 experience points and a proficiency bonus of +2. For its traits, the Chuul has amphibious, allowing it to breathe air and water. It also has sense magic rather. The Chuul can sense magic within 120 feet of itself. This trait otherwise works like the detect magic spell, but it isn't itself magical in nature. It just works the same way as that spell. For its actions, the Chuul has a multi-attack, allowing it to make 2 pincer attacks and use paralyzing tentacles. The pincer is a melee attack roll with a +6 to hit and a reach of 10 feet. On a hit, it deals 1d10 +4 bludgeoning damage. And if the target is a large or smaller creature, it has the grappled condition with an escape DC of 14 from one of the Chuul's 2 pincers, meaning it can only grapple 2 targets at a time. Finally, paralyzing tentacles is a Constitution saving throw, DC 13, and it targets 1 creature grappled by the Chuul. This is why it makes those 2 pincer attacks before using this ability. On a failure, the target has the poison condition, and it repeats the save at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. After 1 minute, it succeeds automatically. However, while the target is poisoned, it also has the paralyzed condition. So yeah, the Chuul is quite a scary creature. So let's talk about the actual changes to the stat block. So right off the bat, we need to talk about the hit points. The previous Chuul had 11 hit dice, which meaning it had 93 hit points. That was 11d10 plus 33. Unfortunately, those hit points have been reduced by 2 hit dice, so now the Chuul only has 76. However, this is still quite a bit of hit points, considering it's a challenge rating 4 creature, so unsure if this is really a detriment to it. Finally, we're going to talk about the multi-attack. This has changed slightly. Beforehand, the Chuul used to just make 2 pincer attacks, and then if the Chuul was grappling a creature, it could also use its tentacles once. They have now simplified this to where now it uses its 2 pincer attacks and uses paralyzing tentacles. Of course, if the Chuul doesn't have a creature grappled from one of its pincers, it's not going to be able to use paralyzing tentacles at all. So they've really just cleaned up that multi-attack quite a bit. The pincer has also changed damage slightly. Beforehand, it used to be 2d6 plus 4. They have changed this to 1d10 plus 4. So they have reduced the average damage by 4 because of its multi-attack. This isn't too much, but it is a small decrease there. Finally, paralyzing tentacles used to just be called tentacles, so it has had a name change. But it still functions relatively the same. It could still only target a creature grappled. It's still the exact same DC, still poisons and paralyzes the target, so that has not changed at all. Other than the fact that it's had its average damage slightly reduced and its hit points slightly reduced, there aren't really any changes here. But yeah, that's really it for the Chuul. It's a pretty interesting creature, especially if you're running a campaign connected to the Far Realm or the Aboleths in general, or just featuring aberrations in general. They are a pretty useful high level, either at early levels you could use them as a boss monster, or at higher levels you could use them as soldiers. So yeah, keep in mind that these are pretty useful if your players are facing a legion of soldiers that are in service to an aboleth or some other aberration. So yeah, that is the Chuul. So hope you all like that. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. In our next video, we are going to be going over the clay golem. So yeah, that'll be our next video tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. We're releasing one of these videos every day of the week on weekdays, so keep an eye out for those videos. Until then, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. See you later.